So Eastern with the upset, they will go in. I'm not sure if they reseed that or if they actually let Eastern go in as the 3 seed, but Eastern knocked off Western in their game. Casper was up on Gillette by about 23 before their feed took off and basically left the air. And right now, Northwest and Sheridan tied at 13 apiece in their play-in game. That game at the Golden Dome in Sheridan. And the Trappers and the Generals right now tied at 13 apiece. I'm checking the Casper feed to see if they are back on and see if they will get their score back on for that basketball game. But as of yet, nothing for that. Welcome you into the pregame show. It is brought to you by the Governor's Council for Impaired Driving, as they remind you to buckle up every trip, every time, and don't text and drive, as everything is more important than that right there, and getting yourself safely is there. Coming up, we'll have an interview with our head coach, Brad Schmidt. First, though, let's real quick recap yesterday, the CWC women, as they were beaten by the LCCC women. They too were playing without one of their top players. Palani Tirawa was out on disciplinary action for one game as well. Central got the game to 62-60 late in the ball game as they trailed most of the game, but they fell apart down at the end. 69-62 LCCC ending the season for Lindsay Fearing and the Lady Rustlers, as the Lady Rustlers finished 10-20 on the basketball season. Essie Latu led the scoring. Riley Burmester had a double-double as well. And Riley ends the season hitting 24 of 25 free throws. She missed her last free throw of her college career after hitting 24 in a row for Riley. And I don't know if she partially blamed me before today's game as I saw them, some of the basketball players, and she said, I just thought about it too much. And so I guess I'll keep that kind of stuff to myself from now on. But the ladies from CWC, their season ended yesterday as they finished 10-20 as they fall to LCCC in the play-in game in Cheyenne yesterday. Both rosters fairly light here today, as the LCCC is only going to suit about 9 players, and Central's only going to suit 7 today. Again, if you missed the early part of the broadcast, 2 players out on discipline, and then leading scorer David Simmental sprained his ankle really bad on Tuesday. Tried to go and shoot around, can't go, so Central will be even more shorthanded today as they take on LCCC. We'll talk with the coach about that as our pregame show continues. This is the Governor's Council for Impaired Driving pregame show, and let's stay safe on those roads here as the pregame continues on 88.1.
If you're out on the road and the weather is getting bad, do you wonder what the road ahead holds for you? Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS to get the best real-time updates when traveling. Winter can bring unpredictable and potentially hazardous weather conditions, so be prepared with WYDOT's 511 app. Download it today at wildroad.info.
March is Save Your Eyesight Month. Wind River Cares is promoting awareness around the importance of receiving regular comprehensive eye exams from a doctor of optometry. Dr. Chad Kreslock of Wind River Cares offers optometry evaluation and co-management of medical eye conditions. Appointments can be made each Monday morning for the following week. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Football players without shoulder pads and helmets are like you in a vehicle without your seatbelt. I'm Craig Bull, coach of the Wyoming Cowboys. Safety equipment is important on the football field as well as every time you climb behind a wheel of your vehicle. Safety equipment helps prevent serious injuries in football. The big hits delivered on you during a crash will be minimized when you wear your seatbelt. We want you to be safe. Buckle up for your family, every trip, every time, and go Pokes. This message is from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition.
What's up? This is Coach Schmidt, Central Wyoming College, head men's basketball coach. The 4th annual Rustler 400 is here. Come join Rustler Athletics for a night of food and fun and a chance to win $10,000. Tickets are a cost of $100, which go directly to CWC athletic scholarships and gives you a chance at winning some big money. The night of the event is Friday, March 29th, but you do not have to be present to win. There will be many different cash drawings, a silent auction, and more. For more information on the event, check out rustlerathletics.com.
To the pregame show on Rustler Radio, brought to you by the Governor's Council on Impaired Driving, reminding you that buzz driving is drunk driving.
Pregame show returning with our head coach Brad Schmidt, and
deja vu all over again. I mean, you're back on the floor hosting a team that you just hosted last time out. A little bit different this time around in a lot of different aspects.
Yeah, definitely. Last Saturday was our sophomore night, and the guys, just to be honest, kind of laid an egg. But a lot of that credit has to be due to LCCC and how well they played. And yeah, our roster today is going to be a lot different. We have two guys out, Gerardo Briscoe and Jacob Smith, from some off-court issues and violation of team rules, and then David Simmenthal Tuesday in practice severely sprained his ankle and hasn't been able to recover, and he's going to be out today. So we're rolling out with 7 guys, and Marko Pavlovic and Kyle Rosa are going to be the 2 guys coming off the bench, and neither one has seen playing time in a while. So it'll be kind of fun for the guys, just kind of roll out and see what happens today.
How has practice gone? I was unaware of David. I knew the other 2, but boy, the hits just keep on coming, unfortunately, at the end. How have the attitudes been then? I mean, I guess just like your attitude right now is, hey, it is what it is. We've got to move on. It's
kind of been the story of our season, from everything that happened early in the year with the 2 returners and just Connor Nelson being out for a long time. And it's something... I'm never going to be a coach to say, oh, we didn't have these guys. We're going to go out and compete. And, practice Tuesday and Wednesday was highly competitive. And, I was on the guys. I was crazy, man, because I needed to get these guys to have an edge. And we've added some new things offensively, and we have a pretty solid game plan going into today's game. And I think the guys are, optimistic about what can happen.
You think that, 37 points, you don't expect that they're going to shoot that hot again, that your team maybe doesn't, that things are going to even more out. So you would think that this game would be more of a 50-50 game. Unfortunately, having 3 players out severely slants that a little bit more, but hopefully, X's and O's, you've seen them as recently as Saturday. You've got a good enough scout, maybe they do too, but hopefully all that plays into the effect when you get into it today.
Well, we're 3-0 and Briscoe hasn't suited up, so maybe I'm playing the wrong guys to start, John. But yeah, we have a different game plan. We're going to probably play a little bit more methodical offensively and not play as fast. Because we're giving up too many points, but we need to see the ball go in the hole early. Some of our defensive lapses occur when we miss point blank layups or we miss wide open threes, and then we're just getting boat raced to the other end. But it's going to be different. James Woods is starting at the 1, and Darius is sliding over to the 2, and Connor's at the 3, and then you got Tids Dump and Rottweiler at the 4-5. But James hasn't played the 1 since November. DG hasn't played the 2 at all. So we've adapted, and the guys don't have to worry about playing time today.
What about defensively? 23 pointers, 20 out of 29. Was it? They were bombs too. They weren't just stepping up on putting their toes on the line. They hit some deep ones too that maybe even the defense at that point wouldn't have mattered at that point.
It's shot making season. I've been telling the guys for a couple weeks, and I might have put some undue pressure on them by bringing that up, but it's the reality of college basketball at this time of year is you have to make shots. I just got done watching the Eastern Wyoming Western Wyoming game, and Eastern's not the best offensive team by any means. Well, in the last 8 minutes of the game, they banged 3 after 3 after 3 in big shots. They got a 6-point lead. Kid hits a step back, contested 3. He misses that. Western goes and scores. Game might have came out a different way, and that's kind of what happened last Saturday. Is LCCC they shot the hell out of the basketball, and we've struggled with that the last couple weeks. So as you said, hopefully it's a regression to the mean from both teams where we're going to shoot better and they're going to come back to earth a little bit.
Looking at that score, 63-49, and this is my last take, and then we'll talk about, well, I guess we already talked about who's suiting and not suiting up for that, but 63-49, that is a low-scoring basketball game by JUCO standards, and I think it's tournament time, and it's officials, I think, let kids be a little more physical to let the players shine and see what happens.
I noticed that right away, and I've been telling the guys that the beginning of the game, especially, I would assume the refs are really going to let us play and bang bodies, and we got to kind of feel out how the reffing's going to go. But that game, that Eastern-Western game, the first 5, 6, 7, 8 minutes, it didn't matter. Contact on the ground, contact at the rim, it's not being called. And I personally like that. I want the kids to try to decide the game and not have 100 whistles and all that. But it's, and that score too, that's indicative of Eastern Wyoming and how they play. They kind of muck the game up, they slow tempo down, and they just guard their tails off. And Coach Moser has those guys playing incredibly hard. And I was joking with Coach Lavery last Saturday. I knew beforehand if we lost, we were going to play LCCC as long as Eastern beat Gillette. Well, that happened. I was joking with Lavery about our guys throwing the game. Thankfully, they just did it for me. But I didn't want to play Eastern. We beat them twice. They play harder than anybody in the league, and I knew something like that could happen. And we'll see how today goes, but one upset's happened, and I feel even though we have a home game, if we win today with the 7 we're rolling out, it'll be kind of another upset.
Wish you the best of luck, and we'll talk to you when it's over.
Thanks a lot, John.
Head coach Brad Schmidt, CWC Rustler basketball, taking on LCCC Region 9 play-in, win or be done. We'll check their starting lineups and tip this off right after this on 88.1.
This has been the Rustler Pregame Show, brought to you by the Governor's Council on Impaired Driving, reminding you that buzz driving is drunk driving. Coming up, it's game time, right after this.
College is hard enough without trying to figure out how to get there. WRTA Bus Lines has partnered with CWC to get you to and from class on time and for free. Simply show your CWC ID and get on or off the bus at the college. And now they have arranged for pickup from the CWC Lander Center at 6:50 or 9:50 a.m. Monday through Friday. They'll also drop off at the Lander Center in the afternoon and evening from Riverton. Check out the bus schedule at WRTABuslines.com.
Look out for me, old muddy water. Your mysteries are deep and wide.
And I got a need for going someplace. And I got a need to climb up on your back and ride.
Come see the Central Wyoming College Spring musical, Big River, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Big River is a musical that follows the Mark Twain classic story of the irrepressible Huck Finn, who helps his friend Jim escape to freedom at the mouth of the Ohio River.
The adventures along the way are hilarious, suspenseful, and heartwarming, bringing to life your favorite characters from the novel.
Performances are March 1st and 2nd at 7 p.m., March 3rd at 2 p.m., and again March 8th and 9th at 7 p.m.
Join us for this theatrical celebration of pure Americana.
I, Huckleberry Me, do hereby declare myself to be nothing ever other than exactly what I am.
Rustler Basketball is sponsored in part by the restaurants of the Wind River Hotel and Casino. The Buffalo is open Thursday through Saturday from 4 to 10 p.m. They feature something for everyone with the Mongolian Grill, Tuscan Hearth Italian, a prime rib station, and the smokehouse.
Don't forget the dessert bar.
The Buffalo restaurant can be found inside the Wind River Hotel and Casino just south of Riverton on Highway 789. Learn more online at windriverhotelandcasino.com.
If you want the latest road conditions while traveling without having to stop to view your smartphone, the Wyoming Department of Transportation has an app for that. Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS smartphones and use the hands-free, eyes-free feature to safely get the latest road conditions and traffic alerts. Driving in winter conditions can be challenging. Be prepared by using the 511 app to get vital information read to you while you concentrate on driving. Download it today at wyoroad.info.
Let's give you your starting lineups in today's game. Let's start with the home team, and it would be quicker to say who's not playing today, as there'll only be 2 subs on the bench for CWC today. But here's how they will start. At the point guard's position today is a number 12, a 6'2 freshman, averaging 8 points a game out of Surrey, British Columbia. That is James Woods. Woods will be your point guard. Number 15 is a 6'6 freshman averaging 15.7 rebounds per game out of Denver, Colorado, Connor Nelson. Number 20 is a 6'5 freshman out of Portland, Oregon. He averages 11 points, 3 rebounds per ball game. Number 20, DG, that is Darius Gwynn. Number 34, a 6'5 sophomore from Wind River High School by way of University of Wisconsin, Washington County as a freshman last year. From the Cougar High, a 6'5 sophomore averaging 7-4 is Taylor Tidzump. And the big fella down low at the number 5 spot today is going to be Devin Rottweiler. He is a 6'8 freshman out of Sierra Vista, Arizona. He averages 12 points and 7 rebounds per ball game. And the 2 subs today, you're going to see Caio Rosa, the 6'1 freshman from Sao Paulo, Brazil, and number 40, the 6'6 freshman from Belgrade, Serbia, Marko Pavlovic. So it's just down to basically an Iron Man 5 and 2 subs for CWC here today as they take on a team that beat them by 37 the last time that they played on this court 1 week ago today. Other starters for the visitors, and Coach Jason Ficca averaging 19 points a game, 3 rebounds. He's an 84% free throw shooter. He is number 3, Tyrese Patoma. Patoma had 7 threes last time they played a week ago. He was 7 of 10 from the arc. He scored 25 points. Number 5 is Daquan Spregon. Daquan is a 6-foot freshman from Brooklyn, New York. He averages 11 and 4. Number 20 on the post at 7 foot and 1 inch from Stockholm, Sweden. Averaging 10 and 7 is David Appelgren. Number 21, a 6'5 freshman from Bosnia, averaging 12 points a game. That is Mateo Zavko. And number 24 from Denver, Colorado, a 6'5 freshman, averaging 9 and 3, is Courtney Dean. So it will be Patoma, Spregon, Appelgren, Zavko, and Dean. And they'll only have 3 subs on the LCCC side of the equation in Braden Collier, Manzi, and Cameron Vincel. And those are your starters in today's basketball game. We will check some other scores out as we get ready for starting lineups. We'll do that after this quick break. This is the Governor's Council for Impaired Driving pregame show on 88.1.
Rustler Radio is sponsored in part by Teton Therapy. What if you could see inside your body and know where your pain is coming from? Teton offers diagnostic ultrasound. It'll be able to tell you if therapy or other interventions are needed. Deeply rooted in our community, Teton Therapy has 2 locations in Fremont County, Lander and Riverton. More information can be found at TetonTherapyPC.com.
These are tips to improve highway safety. This is Cody Beers with YDOT. Don't drink and drive. It's dangerous. It's criminal. And don't ride with anyone who has had too much to drink. Remember, drunk drivers usually kill themselves and their passengers. Serve as a designated driver. Always wear your seatbelt. Avoid travel after midnight, especially on Fridays and Saturdays. Drive defensively. Never drive when tired. The dangers posed when you're tired are similar to those when you're drunk. Arrive alive. Every ride, every time.
If you want the latest road conditions while traveling without having to stop to view your smartphone, the Wyoming Department of Transportation has an app for that. Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS smartphones and use the hands-free, eyes-free feature to safely get the latest road conditions and traffic alerts. Driving in winter conditions can be challenging. Be prepared by using the 511 app.
Where's your identification?
Identify yourself.
Your home of the Rustlers. Student radio for Central Wyoming College. KCWC FM Riverton.
Starting lineups for the Golden Eagles of LCCC being introduced as they will come out in navy blue uniforms, yellow numbers and white trim, Laramie County across their front. And it will be again Patoma, Appelgren, Also Spragon, Zovko, and Dean, the 5 there. They are a minute away from final in Casper. The Thunderbirds leading Gillette 105-70 right now. Eastern has already beaten Western 63-49 in the first upset of the play-in weekend. And trying to spring the upset on the other side. Wow, how about this? Northwest College leading Sheridan in the play-in game 39-30 just before the half at the Golden Dome. So Sheridan, after being ranked 4th in the country, lost last Saturday to Casper and now find themselves down by 9. Actually, in the second half, according to the scoreboard, that game got started at 5, so I don't think that one is in the second half yet. I think that's still the first half. That game started at 5. I don't think there's any way that one is in the second half, despite what the on-screen scoreboard says there. But Northwest College right now by 9, leading Sheridan. Casper is going to win 105-70. As that is a final there. Casper defeating Gillette 105-70, and Sheridan and Northwest approaching halftime. Ball is in the air. They're not even going to contest that, as Applegren is going to go and tap it in the backcourt to Daquan Spragon. He will take it right side, hand it to Patoma. He will be bodied up quickly. And it's going to get physical, as you heard in the pregame, because that's kind of the MO for the postseason. Courtney Dean running down the lane. They'll let that go, and James Wood's going to take it away. First turnover of the ball game on the Golden Eagles. Tidsump wide open, 3 on the way. Good. It's not a big crowd, but it's a loud crowd here today from Rustler Gymnasium. Still a lot of room for you in the crowd here today. Spragon with it. Out top to Mateo Zovko. Hands the ball off to Courtney Dean. Baseline, they'll go with it. Pump fake, missing the shot. Ball knocked out of bounds. It will stay Golden Eagle basketball. On the miss and a ball knocked out of bounds. And I think in the first 50 seconds, you can already see what I was talking about in the pregame with Coach. It's going to get physical. This is playoff basketball. They let them play. And it's going to, you already see that in the first 50 seconds of this ball game. As there's a near reach by Connor Nelson. Down the lane, ball partially blocked, taken away. Second turnover of the basketball game on the Golden Eagles. Lob pass well out in front of Devin from Connor Nelson, and Central pay it back on their first. Congratulations to the Wyoming Indian girls. They hit a three-pointer with 1.4 seconds left to knock off Southeast 49-46. After runners-up the last 2 years, the Alita Losses team are state champions. Congratulations. Future Lady Rustler Siona Astorga on that team, by the way, has already signed and will play here next year. Dean gives the ball to Daquan Spragon. 9 on the shot clock. Spragon outside Courtney Dean. A high arcing 3 is good, and we don't want that to be a harbinger of things to come, because they hit 20 of 29 of those a week ago in this gym, and now they're 1 for 1. Woods will get the ball to Devin. He will lob down low to Connor Nelson. He'll bank it up and in. Great job on the dish by Devin Rottweiler, and Connor Nelson with a bucket. 5-3 Central out in front. We've played 2 minutes of the first quarter's first half scoreboard. Patoma to Applegren. He will run past Rottweiler. He'll get his own rebound. Turns with the right hand. That's no good. Ball is knocked out of bounds. It'll be Central basketball. And a quick timeout, a 30-second timeout, as Coach Ficca letting his boys have it in the LCCC huddle right now. He is not excited with the first 2 minutes and 11 seconds of the start of this basketball game. And I mentioned it in the pregame, and I mentioned it in the last 2 years when Central goes to playoff basketball. And I even noticed it at the 1A, 2A, doing 11 games down there in the last 2.5 days. Referees let a little more physicality go. It's kind of let the players rise to the top and decide it. And right now, Central subscribing to that MO. And they have a 5-3 lead. Casper again victorious, 105-70. Northwest is out in front of Sheridan, 46-43. That one's got to be nearing the half in that ball game. Shot from 8 by Connor Nelson, no good. Applegren will go high Actually, it's Mateo Zopko goes high for the rebound. Central's first miss of the game. Long three misses and out of bounds. It'll be Central basketball. Central again with just 2 subs able to go today, and both foreign players, Caio Rosa and Marco Pavlovich. 5:37 in the Mountain West. Devin Rottweiler pump fake on Applegren, loses the handle, goes and grabs it back. Ginn hands it back to Devin, now up top to Jump. They'll work it around the perimeter. James Woods floating, gets pushed in the air by Daquan Spragon. That'll be his first, team first, and it's going to send James Woods to the line for his first points of the game. The British Columbians' game high is 21 points. They're at halftime in Sheridan, 48-43 Northwest leading the Generals right now at the half by 5. Woods cannot hit the first, and he will have another. So perhaps a second upset in Region 9 brewing, with Northwest leading the Generals right now by 5 at the break. James Woods on the way there is good. Central the higher seed at number 4, but I would still say the underdog, specifically with only 2 subs today and having gotten beat by this team by 37 last Saturday. 17 minutes left to play first half. Central by 3. Spragon scoots it to Applegren, and he will try to dunk it over Rottweiler. Can't. Spragon on the rebound. That's no good. He will get that rebound back. Ball is loose and taken away by Connor Nelson. Boy, 3 opportunities, and they couldn't get either one to go. Any of those 3. David working on Applegren. Banks it, missed it. Contact. And again, I say, no call. Applegren the rebound. Back the other way. Layoff glass is good by Tyrese Patoma. First bucket for Patoma. Tyrese averages 19 points a game, leading scorer for LCCC. Had 25 last time. Devin out to, three-pointer on the way by Tidjump, and he will not get it to go. And then a foul on the other end as Mateo Zopko will be going to the line. Taylor Tidjump with the foul, his first. And at the line, Mateo Zopko. Mateo, 6'5" freshman from Bosnia, 58% free throw shooter. First is on the way and good, and that will knot us up for a second time. We were tied at 3s, now tied at 6s. 4 minutes gone by in the first half of basketball. LCCC with nobody on the rebounding lanes. Maybe a little odd with a 58% free throw shooter at the line, but he's going to get both. And LCCC has her first lead of the afternoon, 7-6. Woods guns it in the corner to Gwynn. Darius. Baseline, Connor Nelson. Patoma on him. Coach talked about maybe going some 4 low as Woods going to float in, and he will be fouled on the way. And Daquan Spragon going to get the call, and he may leave the premises via the sub at the second personal foul, and Braden Collier will check in. Collier, a 6'10" sophomore out of New Zealand. So they'll get about a 10-inch height upgrade on this, as the 6'10" New Zealander going to come in for the 6-foot Brooklyn New Yorker. James Woods will tie us up at 7 on that free throw. 2 points for James Woods. Wyoming Indian boys will play Pine Bluffs boys for the 2A Boys State Championship later tonight at the Casper Event Center, as Woods will connect on the second, and we'll see the lead change one more time. 8-7 the score, Central out in front. Patoma pump fakes the 3. Good help defense. Dean back to Patoma at the midcourt circle. Collier with it now. Gets a pick from Applegren. Back to Patoma. He will have that ball knocked away by Nelson, taken away by Tidjump. 4 turnovers on LCCC. Nelson for 3, make it rain. No. Rebound is going to be pulled down by LCCC. As getting that rebound was Mateo Zopko, his second board of the night. Marco Pavlovich will check in next whistle. Courtney Dean runs the arc, runs into Devin, and got in the air. Applegren from 15 drains it. David Applegren's first bucket of the basketball game. 9-8, Golden Eagles out in front. 3 ties, 3 lead changes in the first 17 points scored in this ball game. And then Central almost throws it away in the backcourt. Nelson runs past one, zigs to the other, kicks it out for Gwynn. Not ready for it at the three-point line, and that'll be a turnover. Turnover number 2. Devin Rottweiler will get a breather. He's played the first 5-16, as has pretty much everybody but Braden Collier, who's back out there. Central, again, with just 2 subs today. Pavlovich going to take on the 7'1" Applegren. They will spread the floor wide. Dean with it. Patoma back up top. Zovko. Mateo looking, trying to get it down low to Applegren. Good defense. 7 to shoot. Patoma with it. Nelson on him. 4. Patoma's going to let one fly. Came out of his hands awkwardly. Misses. And the rebound by Marko Pavlovich. In pregame shoot-around, they do a drill, and Marko, who is not statistically a great free throw shooter, hit his first. He also hit a half-court shot, so Coach Schmidt said he's going to go off today. Connor Nelson with a little scoop underneath. And Connor with his 4th point of the ball game, and Central back to the lead now, 10-9. Devin, after a 60-second breather, almost exactly, is going to check back in on the next possession change or next dead ball, which Darius Ginn with a steal. 5 turnovers on the Golden Eagles. He'll give it to Marko. Marko with the right side lay-in is good. Marko has his first bucket. Central with a 3-point lead. That's been the biggest lead so far by either team in this ball game. As we've seen 4 lead changes and 3 ties. Patoma gliding through the lane, flips it. Ball is pickpocketed by James Woods. And then he is going to be fouled by Patoma at midcourt. And we'll get a media timeout at the 13-12 mark of quarter number 1, half number 1, I guess. I'm back to doing college games. 12-9 our score. Central out in front. They've got the basketball when we come back after this on 88.1.
Sports on Wrestler Media is brought to you in part by Edward Jones financial advisor Mick Pryor. Make sense of investing with a visit with Mick Pryor, located 1 block east of the Riverton Post Office. He provides retirement and investing advice including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and CDs. It's never too early or too late to start planning your financial future. Appointments are available at 856-6116. Edward Jones and Mick Pryor, 856-6116.
Basketball on Wrestler Radio is brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Fine Jewelry on Main in downtown Riverton. They feature a state-of-the-art jewelry repair shop and custom design. They also turn broken treasures into something new and exciting. Use your old gems and gold to create new pieces of jewelry. They are the home of the sterling silver bucking horse and rider necklace. A gift from the Golden Buffalo is an easy slam dunk. In downtown Riverton or online at thegoldenbuffalo.com.
13 minutes left to play in the first half. That foul on Tyrese Patoma was his first. Woods underneath, not going to get it to go, and Patoma will pull the rebound off the floor. Tyrese down the lane, right hand with a Euro step, no good. Applegren tries to stuff it back in, and he'll be called over the back. And Applegren will get his first personal foul. That is the 4th team foul on the LCCC Golden Eagles. Laramie County Community College out of Cheyenne. Taking on the Central Wyoming Rustlers off of the Riverton campus here where we're at. We're going to see Caio Rosa for the first time in the ball game coming up next whistle. Down low to Connor, posting up, spins off glass, got it to go as he shoots it over Cameron Benzel. Connor Nelson has 6, the lead is 5, 14-9 Central, 12:30 remaining in the first half of basketball. I just did 11 high school games, so if I say quarters and things like that, is Benzel for 3 is good. Cameron Benzel off the bench cuts that lead in half. Well, cuts it down to 2 actually at 14-12. 12-12 remaining in the first half. Gwynn spins, nice move, knifes through, missed it, and then getting the rebound and a foul on Devin Rottweiler, I think. Mateo Zavko went down pretty hard after he got the rebound. Devin will get the foul. Connor Nelson will get his first break as he will check out. Tidsump will also get a breather as well. Kyle Rosa into the ball game. Pavlovich and Rottweiler out there together. Patoma, Vinzel, actually it's Mateo Zavko over James Woods, and Zavko is going to go to the line as Woods will commit the foul. His first personal, third team foul, and it will send Mateo Zavko to the line. Mateo, a 58% free throw shooter. Amanda Nikoloff and the new media class working behind the scenes. They're shorthanded like our basketball team today. They're down a couple of people as well. That free throw no good by Zavko, who made two a moment ago. Kendra Leesburg, our director. Rachel Stubbs and Nate Himes high above Rustler Jim on the cameras, and the professor, Amanda Nikoloff, running that scoreboard on the screen as Zavko gets the second one and cuts the lead in half. 14-13, Central by one. We're inside of 12 minutes left to play. Stefan Manzi will check in. Boy, Gwynn was open on a cut, but there's a lot of traffic to get the ball to him. Marco steps out to the three-point line. Those bodies fly as Collier went to the ground. Outside, Kyle Rosa, just a two, doesn't go anyway, but Devin Rottweiler with a big offensive rebound. Central right now 1 for 4 after they made their first. Nice turnaround by Rottweiler, goes halfway down and comes all the way out, and then is rebounded by Zavko. Three in the corner, no good. Gwynn will battle for and get the rebound. Darius spins in traffic, dish off to Devin. That ball is going to go to the floor, and now we'll get a foul called, and I think Devin might pick up his second. And he does not. It goes the other way. It's going to go that way, but it's going to go on Darius Gwynn. Fourth team foul, first personal on DG. Rebounding battle right now. LCCC out rebounding Central 11-5, 9 minutes into the ball game. LCCC though 4 of 14 from the field. Central 5 of 14. Patoma for three. There's his first of the game as he will put LCCC up. Central had a 6-point lead a moment ago. They now trail by 2.
Go Kyle, go Kyle.
Kyle takes it right side. Rosa guarded by Vinzel. Lob it high as Rottweiler's going to lean in, bank it over the top of Braden Collier. Devin Rottweiler, his first bucket of the ball game. His parents here from Arizona here today. Connor Nelson's dad up in the top corner of the gym. As that ball into the corner for Vinzel. His three is good. I tell you, they hit 23s the other night. They've got 4 out of 7 going on right now. Midway through the first half, LCCC by 3, 19-16. Nelson way outside on the left side wing, finds Kyle. Back to Connor, thought about a long three. He'll shoot from there as Tidsup for three on the other side. Will tie us up for a fourth time. Taylor Tidsup, the former Cougar, Wind River High School with 6 points, and we're tied at 19 apiece. Ball left side, Manzi hands it to Mateo Zavko. Back to Vinzel, back to Zavko at the top. 12 seconds to shoot now. Gets a pick at the top. Hooking it back up top for Collier for three, and that's good. 5 3-pointers for LCCC now. 5 of 8, and you're thinking surely they can't shoot 20 of 29 again, but they're 5 of 8 right now. Connor Nelson driving down the lane, rejected from behind by Collier, and it will stay Central basketball. Darius Ginn going to come in for Kyle Rosa. Mateo Zavko out. Back in comes Courtney Dean for LCCC. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. Inbounds to Taylor, spins, uses the elbow, and the left-hand hook is no good, but Rottweiler will get another offensive board. That shot doesn't go, though. And finally the rebound pulled down by Courtney Dean, and Paitoma rises for 15, missed it. Devon's going to go up high for the rebound, and he will be fouled on that rebound. Third rebound of the ball game for Devon Rottweiler. And a 30-second timeout called. We'll get the foul and then head to break. That foul. No timeout, or no foul called, just a timeout. All right, so we won't get a foul on the rebound. Quick break on the way. More basketball after this. 8:49 left. LCCC by 3, 22-19 on Rustler Radio.
Gales Carpet One Riverton is a proud supporter of our community and Rustler Radio. Your one store for a perfect floor. Offering waterproof flooring, whether it be carpet or luxury vinyl tile. Gales is a community-oriented business dedicated to improving Fremont County. Located in downtown Riverton, on Facebook or at galescarpetoneRiverton.com.
So Devon Rottweiler gets the rebound, and then James Woods calls a timeout. I thought there was a foul in there, but Woods calls the timeout. 9 minutes remaining in the first half. They have just getting set to resume in Sheridan with Northwest out on the nationally ranked Generals. I didn't look at the polls this week. I know Casper moved up to 6 after beating Sheridan, but I'm not sure where the Generals are. 9 to shoot. Central playing the perimeter game. Rottweiler hooks it to Gwynn for 3. That one's no good. And the rebound by Collier is his first of the ball game. And the Golden Eagles come the other way. Lady Eagles beating the Lady Rustlers last night 69-62 to advance to the Region 9 tournament in Scotts Bluff on the women's side. Central season effectively ended last night. They finished 10-20 on the year. Nice move by Courtney Dean as he got past Darius Gwynn on that first step, and he'll be fouled underneath the basket. And Devon Rottweiler's going to pick up his second personal foul. 5th team foul, and Devon's going to come out as Marco Pavlovich will check in after this free throw by Courtney Dean. LCCC has a team 70%, Dean a 72% free throw shooter. And he will get the first. 4-point LCCC lead. I believe that is their biggest after Central's biggest was 6. Second one on the way. Good as the first. 5-point Golden Eagles advantage. Again, they have just 3 subs on their bench. Central with just 2 on theirs. Connor's going to run past one, and then an offensive foul as he runs over Collier. And that'll be a turnover on Central, their third. Connor Nelson's first personal foul, 6th team foul. So LCCC will shoot the remaining 7:48 on any foul committed by Central now. LCCC with just 4 personal fouls on their side. Patoma to Dean. Manzi with it. Back to Collier. Good front by Darius Gwynn on the defensive side. Back to Patoma. He'll hook that one to Manzi. 9 to shoot. Patoma gets it back at the midcourt circle. Pump fake, rises, partially blocked, gets it to Collier for 3, and another one goes halfway down, comes out. Tidzump gets the rebound. Outside Darius Gwynn, pump fake. He'll go to the rack and be fouled by Collier, and Darius Gwynn will go to the free throw line. Collier will commit his first personal, 5th team foul, and Darius Gwynn to the line for the Rustlers. Last night, our leading free throw shooter, Riley Burmester, would hit 3 out of 4. She made 3 in a row to make 24 for the end of the year, but then missed her 5th one, or missed her last one. So she makes 24 out of 25 to end of the season. She had 24 straight and missed her last free throw of her college career as a junior college player. Not sure what Coach is asking about as Darius hits the first. Second one is good as you hear it snap cords. I think the foul count is off. I've got 6-5, but that doesn't mean anything because I'm usually off 1 or 2 anyway. Okay, they're actually contesting timeouts as opposed to, well, maybe they are testing foul count, which when we thought there was a foul on LCCC would put them at 6 right now, but that was not the case. It was a jump ball instead of a foul, as they are still talking at the bench here right now. One of the student assistant, Taryn Debley, talking to the bench. Coach Brad Schmidt in his first year, assisted by Taylor Lavery. Jason Ficca is the head coach of the Golden Eagles. He is his 10th season. He is probably the most tenured coach. Dan Russell might be second in that list. Northwest still leading Sheridan right now, 51-45 as the Trappers. That would be a huge upset if they were to get that done and pull that off. So whatever the matter, the timeouts stay the same and the foul count stays the same. Passing around the perimeter, Patoma guarded by Connor Nelson. Connor done a great job on him. Darius Ginn's going to get the steal. He'll take it the other way and lay it up and almost missed it, but he got the layup to go. Nice play by DG. 7 turnovers on the Golden Eagles. That makes it a 1-point ball game, 24-23. Connor Nelson really making Patoma work. Driving, throwing it, getting it back is Benzel. Back to the basket, Manzi, his shot no good. James Woods battling in the trees, it goes out of bounds. It'll be Central basketball, and we will have a media timeout on the floor. It is 6 o'clock at KCWC FM Riverton, 6:24 remaining first half from Central. It is LCCC 24, it is Central 23. We'll return after this on Rustler Radio.
Sports on Rustler Radio is brought to you in part by Fremont Therapy Group. They've partnered with Lander and CWC to protect the health of student athletes. For the past 20 years, Fremont Therapy Group has been volunteering their time and resources on the sidelines of Lander sports to help keep student athletes safe and healthy. They also teach classes to help students learn more about the field of athletic training. A proud partner of CWC Athletics is the Fremont Therapy Group, Riverton and Lander. More can be found at FremontTherapyGroup.com or on Facebook at Fremont Therapy Group.
News on Rustler Radio is sponsored in part by Riverton RV, featuring their 10th annual Outdoor Expo March 8th and 9th at the Fairgrounds in Riverton. On display will be new campers, fifth wheels, and the ultralight campers that can be pulled by a car or a small SUV. Other vendors will be on site with four-wheelers, side-by-sides, water sports, hot tubs, and more. The Riverton RV Outdoor Expo March 8th and 9th in Riverton.
Rustler basketball with 6:20 remaining in the first half. They trail by 1. Sheridan, by the way, has dropped to 11th. Casper moves up to 6th after Casper boat raced him last week. James Woods for 3. Got it. Off a pick at the top. James Woods has 6. Central by 2 now, 26-24. Patoma to Manzi. To Mateo Zabko, back out to Courtney Dean. Baseline, Dean gets it back on the wing, looking for a pick from Applegren. And then Marko Pavlovic is going to be called as he knocks Applegren to the ground and will help him back up. Marko will pick up his first personal, 7th team foul, and David Applegren will go to the free throw line. Stockholm, Sweden, 7'1" and a 73% free throw shooter. Free throw on the way, no good, and Connor Nelson will get the rebound. First board of the game for Connor. He's got a couple of steals already, however. 2-point lead, Central. They have the rock. Working left to right on your Rustler gym floor from our vantage point, right to left on your television screen. Marko hands it off to Taylor, back cross court. Quick touch pass to Ginn. He'll run it down to the lane. He'll be knocked to the floor. Take your pick. It's either going to be on Patoma or Manzi. And they're going to go on Tyrese Patoma. That'll be his second. 6th team foul. Central is going to shoot the remaining 5:23. Free throw dish pans out by Darius. 2 for 3 now. Daquan Spragon left early with 2 personal fouls. He's back out there for LCCC as he subs in. And I think it's Patoma that has come out, and it is. DG gets 1 of 2, and Central has a 3-point advantage with 5:20 remaining in the first half. Been flying solo today without my broadcast partner Joel Kindle. Near steal by Connor Nelson. Joel down at the state basketball championships. Offensive foul. Darius Ginn steps in and takes the charge on Mateo Zavko. Turnover number 8, foul number 1 on Zavko. Darius has to lead Region 9 in charges taken. I know that that's not a stat, but he has to lead that category. 5 minutes remaining. Central by 3. We're in the first half of the Region 9 play-in game. Winner moves on. Loser done for the season. Sheridan will host. Well, I guess tentatively Sheridan will host. If they don't win their game, I don't know if they still host. Ginn goes down the lane, lays it off glass, and 1 on the foul from Courtney Dean. Ginn has 7 as he leads all scorers now, does Darius. And he'll have the and 1 opportunity. Central by 5 with a chance to put it back to their largest lead of the game at 6. Rustler Jim goes quiet as Darius cannot get the free throw. And then a elbow flies in and a foul called on Stefan Manzi as he flung James Woods to the floor. And James gets up slowly. Central 6 of 9 from the charity stripe, and James Woods will go to the line now. James is 3 for 4 from the stripe. He has 6 points with a 3-pointer added into that. Up by 5, looking for 6 on the way. Good. Seven now for James Woods. Northwest keeping that lead on Sheridan right now as Woods gets both. Northwest out in front 58-52 in the second quarter of that basketball game. Might have drug his pivot foot in front of the Central bench. They, of course, lobbying for the travel. Central by 7, their biggest lead of the game. James Woods going to the floor. It's knocked into the backcourt, and I think we're going to see over and back, and they do. As touching it in the front court was Daquan Spragon. He was the last one to touch it in the front court. It goes into the back court, and Jason Fickle wants a timeout. The undermanned underdogs right now by 7 with 4.5 left in the first half of basketball. We'll come back after this timeout. 4:30 remaining. Central 31, LCCC 24, and we'll be back with more right after this.
Sponsorship of Wrestler Basketball on 88.1 comes from Denver Air Connection, offering daily flights from Riverton Regional Airport to Sheridan and to Denver International in a 30-passenger jet. Now a partner with United Airlines, which means your luggage will be transferred automatically when flying United. The flight features in-cabin service, and TSA check-in at Riverton is included. More information can be found at denverairconnection.com.
College is hard enough without trying to figure out how to get
4:30 remaining in the contest. We'll get back to that. I worked up too many spots in that break. Pavlovich runs past his man, lays it up and in. Nice play, Marco. Marco has 4. And a reach foul on James Woods. And that will be his second personal foul. Kyle Rosa going to check in for James Woods, second personal foul. 8 team fouls on the Rustlers, 4:07 remaining. Courtney Dean at the line. He'll shoot 1 and a bonus. Dean is 2 for 2 today. L-Trip 5 of 7 from the stripe as a team, and that one is good. I cannot see how much time is left in that Sheridan game, but it's 58-53 Northwest. Leading Sheridan, Dean gets both. Perfect 4 for 4, he has 7 points. LCCC 5 of 9 now. Ginn up top. Marco spun out and then guns it through the hands of Connor Nelson, who grabbed it. Connor rises for 17 and drains it. Central by 9 now, 35-26, 3:40 remaining in the first half. Right side outside. Manzi gave it up to Spragon. Daquan, 12 on the shot clock, working on Rosa. Flips it out to the corner for Collier, just a 2, and he airmails it. And then Connor Nelson is going to be fouled by Courtney Dean, who didn't give him any space to turn and run. And Connor Nelson will go to the free throw line. 3:20 remaining in the first half. If you're just joining us, Central with just 2 subs here today. 2 players out on disciplinary action. And David Simmental turned an ankle Tuesday and severe and not ready to go today as Connor Nelson hits the first. 9 points for Connor. Connor gets both. 11-point Rustler advantage now on the 10th point for Connor Nelson. Spragon runs into and throws over the rim. Missing it is Tidjump, and it's a different kind of physical than the regular season as they are letting them go at it, letting players make plays. 3 minutes left. Central by 11. To Tidjump near steal. Tidjump runs past Collier. Blocking foul on Collier, and count the bucket. Collier's second personal foul. Tidjump's 8th point, looking for 9. Applegren checking back into the ball game. 13-point Rustler advantage. Tyrese Patoma going to check in after this free throw by Taylor that is good. 9 points for Taylor. Coming out is Cameron Vinzel. $14-point Rustler advantage right now with 2:49 left. Manzi gives it off to Zovko. Now Spragon in the midcourt circle. Defensively, C-Dub in a man-to-man. They've played zone 90% of the year. They're in man-to-man here today as Mateo Zovko 3 is no good. Connor Nelson tries for the board but can't. And it will stay LCCC basketball. Dead even in rebounds at 14 apiece as Central was getting out-rebounded early. They've evened that out now as they have built themselves a 14-point lead. 5 count. Coach Ficca upset with the officials saying one of his players got held. That is the 10th turnover in the first half by the LCCC Golden Eagles as Ficca still letting the near side official have it. As he thought one of his players got his jersey held and the Rustlers get the 5 count and the turnover. Pavlovich up top to Connor. Rises for 3 off balance. No good. Applegren way above the rim will snare the board. Back the other way. Spragon goes the distance. Laid up. Nobody's fouled. Marco raising his hand. Boy, Spragon put on the Jets at midcourt and he took off past everyone. Marco will get the foul, his second. Good heads-up play by Daquan. He says, now you're going to have to stop me, and nobody does, and he'll go to the line. Well, they did, but not legally, I guess, as Daquan's free throw is no good. 7 out of 10 from the stripe now as LCCC. Spragon is a 69% free throw shooter. 2:07 remaining in the first half. Daquan gets the second. Coach Schmidt says, walk it up as Kyle will trot it up to the midcourt stripe. 40-27. Kyle, baseline, looking down low to Connor Nelson. Posting up, Tyrese Patoma. Can't get it to go. Marco sails in wildly. can't get it to go, and the rebound pulled down by Mateo Zovko. Minute 41 left. Can Central hang on to a double-digit lead? Spragon flips it back out. Manzi for three, no good. Rebound by Kyle Rosa off the floor.
Get the ball pocket, take a start.
Rustlers with it in the corner. Kyle loses the handle, and they'll call a foul? Or do they just say it's out of bounds? They'll just say it's out of bounds and will stay Central basketball. CWC 45% from the field, 13 of 29. They've hit 3 of 8 threes. Marco takes the inbound, nearly traveled with it. As they find Darius Ginn, he'll pump fake, gives it up top to Tidjump for three. Front of the iron, no good. Zovko, another rebound, is 6th of the ball game. Central 3 of 9 from the arc now. Inside of a minute, Spragon dishing off underneath. Pump fake, bucket, and one. Nice play by Mateo Zovko, but a better dish by Daquan Spragon as he found him on a nice take to the rack, and then he dished it off at the last second. That foul is on Marko Pavlovic, and Central can ill afford to get in foul trouble with just 2 subs in this ball game. Zovko to try to make it a 10-point game on the 3-point play. He's got 5 points already, and like I mentioned, 6 rebounds. Free throw on the way is good. 10-point ball game with 53 seconds left in the first half of basketball. We'll get you updated on stats and other scores around Region 9 men's play as Taylor gets free in the paint, lost the point blanker, and rebound the other way. Mateo Zovko lays it off glass. And like I said, one good physical play on one end deserves one good physicality play on the other, as they, like I said, they letting them battle out there in tournament time. 18 on the shot clock, 23 on the game clock. Central holding for one last possible possession. They lead by 8 on LCCC as L-Trip has had about a 6-0 run. Connor flips it out with 10 on the shot clock. Rosa back to Nelson. Nelson in a double team. Throws it to the rim to beat the shot clock and can't. Rebound by Manzi. Back the other way, alley-oop. Applegren, he tries to go back. As he tried to go back to Daquan Spragon, and Spragon says, dunk that thing, big fella. As he was going to rebound it, and he threw it away, and that's how the first half ends. At the intermission, CWC 40 and LCCC 32, an 8-point Rustler advantage. We'll come back. We'll check that Sheridan Northwest score in just a moment. This is Rustler basketball at the break. Central 40, LCCC 32 on Rustler Radio.
Come see the Central Wyoming College Spring musical, Big River, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn.
Big River is a musical that follows the Mark Twain classic story of the irrepressible Huck Finn, who helps his friend Jim escape to freedom at the mouth of the Ohio River.
Join us for this theatrical celebration of pure Americana.
Performances are March 1st and 2nd at 7 p.m., March 3rd at 2 p.m., and again March 8th and 9th at 7 p.m.
For tickets and information, go online to tickets.cwc.edu.
These are tips to improve highway safety. This is Cody Beers with YDOT. Just think of these as ways to protect yourself. Drive defensively. Never drive when tired. The dangers posed when you're tired are similar to those when you're drunk. And don't use a cell phone, apply makeup, comb your hair, or eat while driving. Drivers using cell phones are 4 times more likely to have an accident than other drivers. Arrive alive. Every ride. Every time.
Sports on Rustler Media is brought to you in part by Edward Jones financial advisor Mick Pryor. Make sense of investing with a visit with Mick Pryor, located 1 block east of the Riverton Post Office. He provides retirement and investing advice including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, and CDs. It's never too early or too late to start planning your financial future. Appointments are available at 856-6116. Edward Jones and Mick Pryor, 856-6116.
Basketball on Rustler Radio is brought to you by the Golden Buffalo Fine Jewelry on Main in downtown Riverton. They feature a state-of-the-art jewelry repair shop and custom design. They also turn broken treasures into something new and exciting. Use your old gems and gold to create new pieces of jewelry. They are the home of the sterling silver bucking horse and rider necklace. A gift from the Golden Buffalo is an easy slam dunk. In downtown Riverton or online at thegoldenbuffalo.com.
We are at the intermission from Rustler Gymnasium. Central 40 and LCCC 32. 7 minutes left to play in Sheridan right now, and they are tied at 67 apiece. Northwest and Sheridan tied at 67, and Sheridan has a chance to take a lead this time down the floor with a free throw, and they can't, and Northwest will get the rebound. Just outside of 7 minutes left to play in that basketball game. Sheridan dropped to 11th in the rankings while Casper moved up to number 6. Casper was victorious earlier today as they mopped the floor with the Gillette Pronghorns in a 105-70 win. And in upset fashion, Eastern knocked off Western 63-49. So Eastern will advance as Casper advances. Right now, LCCC trailing Central by 8, and Sheridan and Northwest are tied, and no longer tied. Sheridan just knocked a 3 down, and Sheridan leads 70-67. They're just inside of 7 minutes, so still a lot of time left to play in that basketball game. Northwest had kind of hung on to the lead for the majority of the game and here at about the 8-minute mark, and that's kind of how Central's game went at Sheridan, actually, as they were down by a few, and in that game, and then in the last few minutes of the game, the Generals would take care of business in that ball game, and here they are doing the same, and now they'll get a stop and go back the other direction. Let's get you some stats in this ball game that you are tuned into here on Rustler Radio, as Central again at the break leading 40-32. Connor Nelson leads the way for Central with 10. James Woods has 8. 9 for Taylor Tidzump, 7 for Darius Ginn, 4 for Marco Pavlovich, and 2 for Devin Rottweiler. So 6 of the 7 that played for the Rustlers getting into the scorebooks. The only one that did not was Kyle Rosa, as he contributes in other ways out there for CWC. Golden Eagles led by Mateo Zavko. He has 8. Courtney Dean has 7. Cameron Vincel has 6. 5 for Tyrese Patoma, 3 for Braden Collier, 2 for David Applegren, and 1 for Dacon Spragon. So out of the 8 players that LCCC brought, 7 have scored, with just 1 that hasn't scored for LCCC. Unofficial rebounding stats, I have LCCC out in front of that category, 19-16. But I also have another stat in which LCCC has 11 turnovers. Central has 3 turnovers. They didn't bring me a stat sheet to compare my numbers to theirs at the break, so I can't really see how far off I might be while I try to do play-by-play and keep stats and watch another ball game, and also make sure that Brett and Mike run the clock correctly and call fouls for officials and everything else I do, texting on the sidelines and everything. So is there a stat sheet by any chance? Talking to our athletic director, Steve Barlow. We'll take a break. Take a quick look at what's going on in the other gym. Sheridan now up 6 in that ball game, 73-67. Central leading here, 40-34. Break time on the way. Back with more stats in just a moment.
Sports on Rustler Radio is brought to you in part by Fremont Therapy Group. They've partnered with Lander and CWC to protect the health of student athletes. For the past 20 years, Fremont Therapy Group has been volunteering their time and resources on the sidelines of Lander sports to help keep student athletes safe and healthy. They also teach classes to help students learn more about the field of athletic training. A proud partner of CWC Athletics is the Fremont Therapy Group, Riverton and Lander. More can be found at FremontTherapyGroup.com or on Facebook at Fremont Therapy Group.
Hello, I'm Darshea Gallard, head volleyball coach at Central Wyoming College. For the 4th straight year, CWC is hosting a reverse raffle to benefit athletic scholarships. Come and enjoy an incredible evening of food, fun, and the chance to win the grand prize of $10,000. You'll have chances to win money all night with drawings and other games. Only 400 tickets to this event will be sold, and last year we were sold out. You do not need to be present to win, so buy your tickets today. The Wrestler 400 is Friday, March 29th at CWC. See WrestlerAthletics.com for more. Thanks.
Northwest hits a free throw as they're trying to chop back into that one now. After they led, they are now down by 4, 73-69 to Sheridan. So again, catch the time. Just a little over 5 minutes left to play in that ball game. I did get a stat sheet printed out. Thank you to Steve Barlow and Sarah Watson, also Mandy Bailey, as they do a great job on the sidelines here. 19-16 rebounds. That's exactly what I got. How about that? 11 turnovers on, and I have 3 for Central, but they have 4, so I'll correct that. First half shooting, Central 13 of 32. That's 41%. On the other side, they get 3 of 10 from the arc, 11 of 14 from the free throw line. Golden Eagles 9 of 24 from the field, 38%. They had 5 of 11 three-pointers. Not quite on the pace for 20 of 29 like they were last Saturday. And LCCC did hit 9 of 12 free throws in the ball game right now. Each team with 5 assists in this ball game. Central has 10 steals, leading to 11 LCCC turnovers in this ball game. Central back out to the playing surface. Sheridan has opened up an 8-point lead now on Northwest. 77-69. They have a little over 4 minutes left to play in that basketball game. I asked Steve Barlow, the athletic director, what happens if Sheridan were to lose that game. He said next highest seed, that would be Casper, as they took apart Gillette today. But Sheridan looks like they have got the ship righted in the Golden Dome and are out in front by 8 right now. Second half on the way in just a few moments. Again, the CWC women, their season ended yesterday as they were defeated by the LCCC Golden Eagles 69-62. Casper won big over Northwest. And then I'm not sure of the other 2 games to see how they fared and who will move on. Scotts Bluff, though, Western Nebraska will host the Women's Region 9 as it's the South turn to host the women, and Western Nebraska winning the women's conference title. Casper doing the same on the North, but they will go to Western Nebraska. Tournament starts Wednesday in Scotts Bluff. Sheridan will host, if they can hang on over Northwest. They will host, and that tournament will begin Wednesday. And the winner of this ball game will be a part of that tournament. Central right now with an 8-point advantage at 40-32. Again, Sheridan out in front, 77-69 in their ball game. They're on defense now, as the Trappers have the basketball. Again, playing at the Golden Dome, where possibly will be the site, and a travel violation on Northwest will turn it over to Sheridan as they're turning it on at the end of that ball game. We will take another break. We'll come back and bring you the second half of basketball from Rustler Gym. Central 40, LCCC 32. It will be Central basketball to begin the second half on 88.1 right after this.
Wind River Cares Transportation is designed to accommodate and encourage you to visit with your healthcare provider. Providing free transportation can have positive effects on your health by promoting self-wellness and to help you maintain your healthcare goals. Wind River Cares can provide transportation to regularly scheduled appointments on a first-come, first-served basis. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Keep up with the Rustlers at RustlerAthletics.com.
Drive and download to Zay Roberts. Fake it off glass. Head in. Zay on a nice dish from Terrell. As she'll flip it out to Latu for 3. That's good.
RustlerAthletics.com.
Burmester down low. Powers through and makes it off glass and in. Shoulder wide open right side. 3 is good. Terrell off for 3. That's good with 5 seconds left.
Your home of the Rustlers. RustlerAthletics.com.
Rustler basketball is brought to you by the Wind River Hotel and Casino, reminding you that it's popular to be sober. They offer meetings every day at 11, 3, and 7 at the 789 Casino. Come sustain and strengthen your sobriety by joining a community with others who face similar challenges. That's every day at 11, 3, and 7 at the 789 Casino, the old bingo hall just south of Riverton on Highway 789.
Support the Rustlers. Check out the Rustler 400 at RustlerAthletics.com.
The CWC volleyball team is putting on a high-level skill camp for all ages, grade school through high school. You will get to train with elite athletes and develop your skill and passion for volleyball. We are also offering a tryout for the CWC volleyball team for the senior class for 2019. Both events are on March 30th. For more information on the CWC Skills Volleyball Camp, email volleyball@cwc.edu or call 855-2322. Thank you so much.
Gales Carpet One Riverton is a proud supporter of our community and Rustler Radio, your one store for a perfect floor, offering waterproof flooring, whether it be carpet or luxury vinyl tile. Gales is a community-oriented business dedicated to improving Fremont County. Located in downtown Riverton, on Facebook or at galescarpet1riverton.com.
KCWC FM Riverton.
Second half will begin. Central basketball as they are up 40-32 as we get ready for the second half. Northwest is going to go to the line. They trail by 4. There's 3:50 left to play in Sheridan. Northwest is down by 4. 3:50 left to play in the ball game. And that would be the shocking upset of the first round over the last 4 years. Northwest down to Sheridan. Sheridan dropped to 11th in the rankings this week after getting beat by Casper. Casper moves up to 6. But Sheridan with a 4-point lead, just over 3.5 minutes left to play in that basketball game. Again, earlier tonight, a congratulations to Alita Moss and the Lady Chiefs of Wyoming Indian High School. They knocked down a long three-pointer in the final second of regulation to beat the Southeast Cyclones 49-46. And after the last 2 years of being runners-up, Alita Moss and the Lady Chiefs are state champions. Nelson, Woods, Rottweiler, Tidjump, and Gwynn to start the second half, dressed in their gray uniforms, the home grays, if you will. Connor Nelson working on Tyrese Patoma, goes the distance, laid up, no good. Devin Rottweiler over the top, pulls in the rebound, and puts it in. Nice job by Devin. That is his third offensive rebound of the basketball game. He's got 4 points. Rustlers have opened up a 10-point advantage. Underneath, Zavko got free and puts it in. Rustlers back on the attack as they go right to left as we look at it here from Rustler Radio. They're going to leave Devin wide open. They apparently didn't see him hit one against Casper. He'll try one. That one's deep, no good. And the rebound by Tidjump, an offensive board. Nice job, Taylor, on the hustle play, pure hustle. I was kidding Devin. He was shooting. His mom was rebounding before the game. I told him, I said, more threes. And so he went out and practiced a few, but couldn't knock that one down. Tidjump, oh man, and a hard offensive foul on Darius Gwynn as he laid out Mateo Zavko. And DG's shoulder might be a little sore from that contact as he goes walking away. With a lead accordioning, going like an accordion on Sheridan and Northwest. Sheridan back up by 7 now, 84-77. Get you a time on that here in a minute. Applegren back out to Daquan Spragon. He's got Patoma. And Dean, as Patoma goes the lane and lays it off glass and in. Actually, excuse me, it's Daquan Spragon that goes down the lane and knocks it in. Cuts the lead to 6. Central led by 8 at the break. Nelson working on Patoma. Shoots an air ball over the top of the rim. And a foul on Central as going the way to dunk it was Dean. And that's Darius Gwynn. And that'll be number 3 on DG.
Devin, you got a guard. Marco's coming.
So Gwynn with 3 personal fouls, both of them in the second half. Both of the team fouls are his on this second half right now. Spragon to Mateo Zavko. Runs the arc back at the top. Takes it all the way to the rack. Puts it up, no good. Applegren will fight for the rebound. Out of bounds it goes. It will stay Golden Eagle basketball. Potoma takes the inbound in front of the bench of the Golden Eagles. Applegren. Trying to decide if his high tops are camouflage. The Spragon no good, and Tidjump will get the rebound. If I had Joel here, he'd know exactly what was going on. Nice job, Devin, underneath. Can't get it to go, nor the tip in. And Spragon another rebound. Spragon kicks it out. Zovko for a high arcing three. Short. Woods the rebound. Central returning the other direction. Leading by 6, 17-20 left to play in the ball game. Winner goes on to the Region 9 tournament, most likely in Sheridan. And the loser, unfortunately, done for the season. Connor Nelson runs into Applegren, who is up in the air, and he'll lose the handle, and they will stay Central. 8 seconds left. Coach Fick is saying that didn't touch anybody. The referee tapping his hip, saying, well, one of two things. I'm guessing what he was saying is it hit his hip as opposed to something else. Applegren's going to knock that one right out of the hands of Rottweiler, but back into Devon's hands. James Woods from almost half court. Almost got it to go. And the rebound as they tried to beat the shot clock by David Applegren, the 7'1" posts for the Golden Eagles. Potoma to Zovko. Mateo gives the ball to Courtney Dean. They'll run the arc. Dean's going to launch a long three. Missed it. James Woods the board. And that ball almost stolen away as Courtney Dean sails in, and that ball poked out. Timeout on the floor. 16:38 remaining in the ball game. Central by 6, 42-36. Quick break on the way, and we'll return after this on 88.1.
College is hard enough without trying to figure out how to get there. WRTA Bus Lines has partnered with CWC to get you to and from class on time and for free. Simply show your CWC ID and get on or off the bus at the college. And now they have arranged for pickup from the CWC Lander Center at 6:50 or 9:50 a.m. Monday through Friday. They'll also drop off at the Lander Center in the afternoon and evening from Riverton. Check out the bus schedule at WRTABuslines.com.
News on Rustler Radio is sponsored in part by Riverton RV, featuring their 10th annual Outdoor Expo March 8th and 9th at the Fairgrounds in Riverton. On display will be new campers, fifth wheels, and the ultralight campers that can be pulled by a car or a small SUV. Other vendors will be on site with four-wheelers, side-by-sides, water sports, hot tubs, and more. The Riverton RV Outdoor Expo March 8th and 9th in Riverton.
42-36, Central the lead and the basketball. 16.5 remaining in the contest. Winner moves on in the Region 9 tournament. Loser done for the years. Tidjump in traffic to Pavlovich. Blocked out of there by Applegren, but it's going to be poked out to Connor Nelson. Offensive board for Connor. Gwynn runs in, spins twice, gets out of the paint. Woods for three is off the mark, and Potoma will squirt in for the rebound. Daquan working around, works in the middle. Shot is up and in. Daquan Spragon, he is a jitterbug out there. He is very quick, and he's got 5 points. He also has 4 rebounds, and the lead is 4 now. It's a 4-point game. A lot of time left with 16 minutes left to play. Connor Nelson baseline. Working on Potoma, decided height advantage. Marco tries to run past Applegren and is going to be rejected by Applegren, but he will get it back. 5 on the shot clock. Connor rises for 3. Got it. Connor Nelson beating the shot clock with a high arcing 3 that bounces around the rim and drops. 7-point Rustler lead. Courtney Dean went sailing on that play. He's late to the party as he'll come to the other side. 17 on the shot clock now. Spragon runs past Woods, and a blocking foul on Woods on the way to the rack is going to be number 3 on James Woods. 87-81, Sheridan leading Northwest College. I'll get you a time left on that in just a few minutes. Inbound Potoma, step back 3, doesn't shoot it. Connor with great defense. Ball poked up in the air, twice taken away by Central. First turnover of the second half on the Golden Eagles. They have 12 for the game now. Tidzump, 4 turnovers on Central is all today. Just 4 turnovers in 25 minutes of basketball. Up top, Pavlovich back up to Tidzump. 10 on the shot clock. Gets a pick. Taylor gives the ball to Gwynn. Darius, 4 on the shot clock. Nice wraparound pass underneath. Tidzump banking off glass and in. Excellent pass by Darius Gwynn on a spin down the middle. And he found Tidzump, who lays it off the glass and in. He's got 9. Spragon, corner, Dean, 3, no good. Tidzump has the ball knocked out of his hands by Mateo. It will be Central basketball.
Hey! Hello, once you good. Wrap it. Hey!
Back door, Connor Nelson gets away from Patoma. Lays it off glass on a high post from Pavlovich. Connor Nelson now with 15. Rustlers by 11 with 14 minutes left to play in the contest. Still a lot of time left in this basketball game, but that's going to help as they just throw it away. Trying to post up Applegren, and Mateo Zavko hucks it into the wall. And Central fans like it as they'll head to the break. Full timeout, 13:52 remaining in the contest. Central 49, LCCC 38. We'll update you on the Sheridan Northwest score on the other side of this on 88.1.
Did you know that pickup trucks are at a higher risk of rollover in an accident? Let that roll around in your head. And think about this. 66% of truck occupants who died in crashes weren't buckled up. This is Cody Beers with YDOT. You got to buckle up in your truck. Every seat, every time you drive. It's the law. And it makes you 75% less likely to be killed in a rollover. So buckle up in your truck and live to truck another day.
They have gone final at the Golden Dome. After Northwest held a 48-43 lead, Sheridan has survived. Sheridan 89, Northwest 83. That was a 67-67 tie with 7 minutes left, and Sheridan prevails. They avoid the upset. They win by 6, and they will host the Region 9 tournament coming up starting Wednesday at the Bruce Hoffman Golden Dome. Casper beat Gillette 105-70. Eastern beat Western 63-49. And now Central and LCCC to decide the other seed. Nelson sinks for 15. No good. Applegren does what he does, and that is high above the rim as he gets the rebound. Looking for a dunk was Dean. He can't get it to go, but they'll get the offensive rebound. And with 13:15 left, they will reset. Lob up to Applegren. He will try a jam that doesn't go. Gets his own rebound and puts it off glass and in. Boy, back-to-back dunks that don't go, but finally Applegren will control the offensive board and bank it off glass and in. 13 minutes left. Central with 3 timeouts and I believe 1 media. As Darius Gwynn for 3 is good. DG has 10, and the lead is 12. 52-40 Central inside of 13 minutes left. Spragon to Applegren. He can't hang on to the ball, but he'll glove it back in. Mateo off glass is good as he gets past Tidzump. Zavko has 12 now, and the lead is 10. So all 3 of the other games final today. One upset in that Eastern knocks off Western 63-49. That game at Western in Rock Springs. 12 on the shot clock, 12 minutes on the game clock. Woods driving past everybody, misses it, but Marco Pavlovich, the offensive rebound and the flush. How about that play? His coach loving it. He said Marco's going to go off today, and Marco has 6, and no play bigger than that one, as that one missed by Spragon. And coach wanting them to slow things down a little bit here. Take a little air out of the basketball. Woods now took his sweet time as Taylor Lavery had to tell him to get across the timeline to avoid the 10 count. Posting up over Patoma. Connor Nelson with 17. The Rustlers by 14. That's their biggest lead of the evening, as they had a 14-point lead with just under 3 minutes left to play in the first half. What a turnaround from a 37-point drubbing the Rustlers took with a full squad a week ago. And now with 2 subs, knock one away and taken away by Gwynn. Darius to James Woods, off glass, bucket. Central, their largest lead of the night, now by 16. Just under 11 minutes left to play in the ball game. 14 turnovers on the Golden Eagles. Central has taken care of the rock. They have just 4. Ball poked out of there by Tidjump, but a foul on Taylor as Zovko goes to the floor. Tidjump will get his second. You know, foul trouble could be a thing for Central with 2 people on the bench for them. Pavlovich has 3 fouls. He comes out. Darius Gwynn and James Woods each have 3. They're both out there. Rottweiler back out with Tidjump and Nelson as well. Foul trouble on the other side. Nobody has more than 2 fouls for LCCC. Spragon up top. Collier for 3 on the way. Dish pans out, and the rebound to James Woods. I do not know the future of the 2 players that were suspended for disciplinary reasons. If they will play, if Central moves on, as Devin Rottweiler gets the jam and 1. Great pass from the top, and Devin the flush, and the foul on Courtney Dean, and it's starting to unravel a bit now, as Central is up to an 18-point lead. Rottweiler, and now Dean, the first one to 3 fouls for anybody for LCCC. Rottweiler free throw is not good, but is good as it goes back down. Central by 19 points. It's a 56-point turnaround from last Saturday night. 10 minutes remaining in the ball game. Potoma. Nelson has done a great job on him defensively tonight, as Potoma has just 5 points, now maybe 8. No, that's an air ball, and it will be saved, but not saved. Out of bounds. Central gets it back. The Golden Eagles started this game 5 of 8 from three-point land. They have missed their last 12. LCCC has missed their last 12 three-pointers, as they were 5 of 8 at one point. Now they're 5 of 16. Actually, that would be 5. They missed their last 8. Connor Nelson for 3 from the corner. Bounces straight up off the top of the backboard and down. And Central now by 22. They've missed their last 8. My math is wrong. Their last 8 they have missed, as Spragon misses. Gwynn the rebound. Boy, they have gone stone cold from the field. Wide open. Devin the jam. And the Rustlers are running the Golden Eagles out of this building right now. Timeout, Ficca. Central by 24 with 9:10 left to play in the ball game. And they are blasting the Golden Eagles, and we'll be back after this on 88.1.
Okay, we're ready for the big question. Who needs a flu vaccine? There's a lot riding on the answer to this one.
I know, me.
That's right, you. In fact, almost everyone older than 6 months should get a flu vaccine. Every year, influenza leads to hospitalization, even death in some people. So protect yourself with a vaccine and help keep your family and friends healthy.
It's up to you to fight the flu. A reminder from the Wyoming Department of Health. If you're out on the road and the weather is getting bad, do you wonder what the road ahead holds for you? Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS to get the best real-time updates when traveling. Winter can bring unpredictable and potentially hazardous weather conditions, so be prepared with WYDOT's 511 app. Download it today at wildroad.info.
Rustler Gym is rocking as the home team has put up a 24-point advantage on the LCCC Golden Eagles. Again, 37 points that LCCC won by last Saturday, and now 24-point lead by Central. Still a lot of hay left to put in the barn as Collier lost the handle. He'll work in on Devon. Mateo Zabko for three. That one's no good as they continue to be ice cold in the second half. Second half shooting right now, 5 of 17, 29%. They're 0 for 6 from three-point land. And they have missed their last 11. Their last 9. I still can't do very good math. 17 minus 8 is 9, right? Woods with 3 on the shot clock, rejected, and 1 second left on the shot clock for Central. And the way this game has gone, Central's going to knock this down from somewhere because they have shot crazy well. Inbound Connor, 3 on the way. What did I tell you? It almost went in. But James Woods, right place, right time, offensive board, and the putback for James Woods, and it's a 26-point Rustler lead. Collier pump fakes, runs into Rottweiler and travels with it. Turnover, 15 on the Eagles. 8 minutes remaining in this one. Central by 26. Central has only 4 turnovers in this ball game to 15 by the LCCC Eagles. And Central has also shot 46% from the game, including 6 of 17 three-pointers. 9 on the shot clock. Ball snared out of the air on a great steal by Stefan Manzi. The other corner, Collier, still no good. Rebound, James Woods. James running out of the pack. They'll slow things down as Gwynn and Nelson come across the timeline. Darius will pull it back. We'll hope for a speedy recovery for David Simmental. They'll play on Wednesday, so it's not like you got a long time to get ready for the Region 9 tournament. If, in fact, Central can hang on to a 28-point lead, Gwynn falling down, missed it. Devon taps enough of it for Woods to get it. He'll fire it high off glass and good. 28-point Central lead now. Again, and they're doing this with 2 subs tonight. 7 guys dressed out. Spragon misses, but an offensive rebound by Manzi. Ball missed that one, and the rebound by Devin Rottweiler. 5 of 20, the second half shooting for the Eagles, 25%. With 6:20 left to play, and the Rustlers blowing out the Eagles. A complete reversal of fortune from 7 days ago here. To jump to Darius Gwynn, long 3, no good. Devin the rebound, backs in, spins, rejected by Collier. Nice job by Collier knocking that one out of there, and he will take it away at LCCC. Nice pass underneath. Mateo Zabko with the lay-in. First bucket in a long time for the Golden Eagles now as they trail 70-44. Gwynn, 15 on the shot clock, stops, works in on Patoma, lay it up and in. Darius with 12. 5.5 remaining in this ball game. Tyrese Patoma had 25, hitting 7 threes a week ago. Connor Nelson has locked him down to 5 today. Collier gets free at the top for 3. That one's front of the iron, no good. James Woods the rebound, and I think Coach wants a timeout, and he'll get it. 5:14 remaining in the ball game. Central looking to advance to the Region 9 tournament as they lead by 28. We'll come back after this break. You're tuned to Rustler Basketball. The media timeout on 88.1.
These are tips to improve highway safety. This is Cody Beers with YDOT. Don't drink and drive. It's dangerous. It's criminal. And don't ride with anyone who has had too much to drink. Remember, drunk drivers usually kill themselves and their passengers. Serve as a designated driver. Always wear your seatbelt. Avoid travel after midnight, especially on Fridays and Saturdays. Drive defensively. Never drive when tired. The dangers posed when you're tired are similar to those when you're drunk. Arrive alive. Every ride, every time.
If you're out on the road and the weather is getting bad, do you wonder what the road ahead holds for you? Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS to get the best real-time updates when traveling. Winter can bring unpredictable and potentially hazardous weather conditions, so be prepared with WYDOT's 511 app. Download it today at wildroad.info.
5:14 remaining in regulation time. Central pounding the Golden Eagles right now by the tune of 28 points, 72-44. Talked about the quick turnaround, and we'll get to that. And when we get a stop and play, Kyle Rosa steal by Courtney Dean. Dean will go the distance, and he'll lay it up around Tidjump and put it in. 7 for Courtney Dean. 6th turnover on Central. Inside of 5 minutes left to play. Ball kicked out. Kyle bounce it to Pavlovich. Woods. Back up top to Tidjump. He'll go glove it at the midcourt stripe with 7 to shoot. Marco, he'll fire a 3 on the way. That one's off the mark. And the rebound to Daquan Spragon. LCCC is 0 for 8 from three-point land in the second half as Spragon can't get that to go. Rebound Connor Nelson. Connor to Kyle, lay it up, got it! Everybody has scored for the Rustlers. And Connor Nelson, I think, got plowed in the throat as he is coughing and wheezing on the Central bench. Darius Gwynn's going to come in for him. Athletic trainer Adam Simon looking at Connor Nelson. I think he took a shot to the throat, and that hurts. Especially when you're a radio broadcaster. You really don't want that to happen. 4 minutes left to go. Potoma from 15 missed it. It has been that kind of game as they have just disappeared from the field as LCCC. 7 of 25 from the field now, 28% in the second half. After going 38% in the first half, they're 33% for the game. Everyone in a gray uniform tonight has scored as Gwynn pump fakes on Mateo Zavko. Flips it back out to Pavlovich. 3:30 left. Tidjump for 3, misses it, but James Woods will collect another offensive rebound for the Rustlers. Central 6 of 20 from three-point land, 30%, but now LCCC has missed their last 11. I can safely say that math is correct now. James Woods with 10 on the shot clock, working on Daquan Spragon. No 5 count. Spragon strips it. Nice play by Daquan. He'll get it back. He'll go the distance and be fouled by Darius Gwynn. Got him with the body. It was a clean block, but he got him with the body, and Darius will get his 4th personal foul. 2:58 left to play. Central by 28 with 3 minutes left. I believe maybe suffice to say they will move on. Central will play at 3 o'clock on Wednesday, and they will have to take on a team they're very familiar with, the champions out of the north, Western Nebraska, at 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon at the Golden Dome. Spragon cannot hit the free throw. Central played Western Nebraska in the first game of the season, lost by 5. And then at Western Nebraska, lost by 29. And they will have to play him again as that second free throw goes down for Spragon. Inside of 3 minutes remaining, just going to play out this stretch here. Central can't sub down because they only have 2 players they've subbed down all game with just their 2. And Jason Ficka can't really either. He's played his entire roster. Gwynn scoots it baseline. Rosa for 3, got it. That kind of day for the Rustlers as Kyle Rosa makes it a 30-point game for the Rustlers with 2:25 left. And a foul on Marco Pavlovich. That is going to be his first. So, looking at a little bit of math, Central won by 18 at LCCC, lost by 37 at home, and a week later are leading by 30. That is some weird scores for a trio of basketball games for sure. Patoma, good help defense by Pavlovich. Foul on Kyle Rosa as Dean was driving to the lane. Kyle will get his first foul. Kyle, what is his season high? 10. Came against Colorado Northwestern when they went down there and played without 3 players in that game for disciplinary action, and Kyle had 10 in that game. He's got 5 in this one. Dean at the line. Free throw is good. Second one, no good. Marko Pavlovich, the rebound. And the rebound has to gone crazy as well. Central out rebounding the Golden Eagles 41-28. And on top of that, Central has at least 10 offensive rebounds in this ball game. Inside of 2 minutes left, Marko drives on Appelgren. He'll be rejected by David, but fouled by Appelgren. And Tidjump, actually, excuse me, Pavlovich will go to the line. I've not seen 2 of these 3 officials, I think, at Rustler Gym here before. As it is tournament time, so the rotation comes up and you get out of the pool who you get from parts unknown, as Pavlovich free throw is no good. Connor Nelson back into the ball game. Good news after he took the shot to the throat. Taylor Tidjump will come out of the ball game. They only have 7 teams in the South. That's why Western Nebraska gets the bye, and that's why we know who we will play. As Marko airballs the free throw. Everything's gone right except that. Marko, 40% free throw shooter, airmails the second one, but it's a foregone conclusion now with 1:45 left. Rustlers by 29. Zavko tripped, no call. Gwynn ends up with it. Turnover number 16. Gwynn behind the back, shovels it underneath Pavlovich. He will be swatted by Appelgren and taken away by Courtney Dean. Dean down the other way, fouled and bucket. Will they count it? Yes. Courtney Dean has 12. And the Central foul is on Darius Gwynn, and that will disqualify DG from further play. 5 personal fouls for Darius Gwynn here as he ends up with 12 points tonight. And he stiffs me on the high five, but Coach Lavery will make up for it. 1:27 left in the ball game. 3-point play not going to happen. And Rottweiler will pull down another rebound. 80 seconds left. Central, I don't know if maybe more than 9 people in this gym thought that they could win this game here today, and they're all 9, well, maybe 10 if you count Dudley, as Marko through the lane misses it as he made a great drive. Zavko the board. Long 3, Patoma is good. Just his second 3 of the game after he snapped 7 of them on Saturday. Rustler fans applauding their team. They have seen a great one here today from CWC. Marko shovels it off at a travel in first. It's going to be an 8th turnover of the ball game. We will have Brad Schmidt in the post game. Shot clock and game clock, 10-second differential. Shot clock at 23. Patoma, another 3 is good. And a meaningless 3 for him at the end of this one is his 11th point. Shot clock 1.5 seconds ahead of the game clock right now. They don't have to do anything with it. And Courtney Dean just standing there with Connor Nelson. The goal for this team was to host a Region 9 play-in game. The goal was to win that. And against the odds, the Rustlers have done it. Shot clock will leave it with about 2 seconds left. 1.7. That'll actually go as a 9th turnover against Central. But by and large, about 5 turnovers through the majority of this ball game when it mattered for Central as they took care of the rock. The buzzer of the game is over. Final score from Central Wyoming College, the Rustlers 77, the LCCC Golden Eagles 56. The Rustlers by 21 had a 30-point lead at one time, and they have done it tonight with just 2 subs on the bench, 2 players out on discipline and another out with an injury, and they have taken care of business tonight and have ended the season for the LCCC Eagles. LCCC will finish the year at 12-19 overall. Central will go to 11-19 overall with the win, and they will play on. They'll play another game as they will advance to the second round. This is technically the first round of the Region 9 basketball tournament. The second round will be coming up Wednesday at 3 o'clock from the Bruce Hoffman Golden Dome in Sheridan. And I will be there with the Rustlers, and you can catch the game on 88.1 KCWC Rustler Radio. Final score again on KCWC Radio Riverton FM. At 7 o'clock, the Rustlers win it 77-56. Stay with us. We will be back. It is your Buckle Up for Life Wyoming postgame show next on 88.1.
Rustler Basketball is sponsored in part by the restaurants of the Wind River Hotel and Casino. Dining is available 24 hours at the Genaku Cafe. Genaku means sit down in the Arapaho language. Nachos, hamburgers, Indian tacos, fried bread, and soft ice cream. 24 hours a day, the Genaku Cafe, inside the Wind River Hotel and Casino, just south of Riverton on Highway 789.
Football players without shoulder pads and helmets are like you in a vehicle without your seatbelt. I'm Craig Bull, coach of the Wyoming Cowboys. Safety equipment is important on the football field as well as every time you climb behind the wheel of your vehicle. Safety equipment helps prevent serious injuries in football. The big hits delivered on you during a crash will be minimized when you wear your seatbelt. We want you to be safe. Buckle up for your family, every trip, every time, and go Pokes. This message is from the Wyoming Seatbelt Coalition.
Wind River Cares Transportation is designed to accommodate and encourage you to visit with your healthcare provider. Providing free transportation can have positive effects on your health by promoting self-wellness and to help you maintain your healthcare goals. Wind River Cares can provide transportation to regularly scheduled appointments on a first-come, first-served basis. More information can be found at windrivercares.com.
Hello, I'm Lindsay Fearing with CWC Women's Basketball. For the 4th straight year, CWC is hosting a reverse raffle to benefit athletic scholarships. Come and enjoy an evening of food, fun, and the chance to win the grand prize of $10,000. You have chances to win money all night with drawings and other games. Only 400 tickets to this event will be sold, and last year they were sold out. You do not need to be present to win, so buy your tickets today. The Rustler 400, Friday, March 29th at CWC. See rustlerathletics.com for more.
77-56, the Rustlers are victorious as they take down LCCC tonight. They led by as many as 30 in this ballgame. They led at the half 40-32 and never looked back. They outscored LCCC 37-24 in the second stanza of the basketball game. And let's take a look at some of the scoring numbers. 4 in double figures for CWC, and everybody scored for the Rustlers tonight. Connor Nelson with 20. James Woods had 14. Darius Gwynn had 12 before he fouled out of the ballgame. Taylor Tidsum had 11. Devin Rottweiler ends up with 9. Marko Pavlovich, a big game tonight off the bench. He had 6. Kyle Rosa had 5 off the bench for CWC as well. Leading scorer for the Golden Eagles, Mateo Zavko, 14 points and 7 rebounds for Mateo. Courtney Dean had 12. Tyrese Batoma had 11, but through the bulk of this ballgame, he had 5 as he was clamped down tonight by Connor Nelson defensively. He does get 2 threes, and pretty much after the doubt had been removed in this ballgame, but he ends with 11. Daquan Spragon has 6. Cameron Vincel has 6. David Appelgren with 4. Braden Collier had a three-pointer as well. So all but one LCCC Golden Eagles scoring in this ball game here today. Central out-rebounds the Eagles 42-30. James Woods, how about that? One of the smallest players, I guess, when you measure them back-to-back. The 6'2 freshman leads the way rebounding for the Rustlers tonight. James Woods with 9, 7 rebounds for Devin Rottweiler, 5 each for Taylor Tidzump and Marko Pavlovic, 6 for Connor Nelson in this ball game as they out-rebounded the Eagles by 12. 7 rebounds for Mateo Zavko tonight, 6 rebounds for David Appelgren, 5 for Daquan Spragon as Central gets the win. How many offensive rebounds did Central have? I had them for 10, and the official stats say official, quote unofficial, had 9. And they actually had the rebounding dead even, which I did not have this at dead even in the rebounding stats by my stats. But Central does win it 77-56. LCCC with 16 turnovers. Central had 10, but through the majority of the game, they took care of the basketball and had only 5 turnovers in the ball game. And the Rustlers tonight, with just 2 subs on the bench, defy the odds and knock down the Golden Eagles. They will advance. They'll play at 3 o'clock on Wednesday afternoon against the Western Nebraska Cougars in the third meeting between the two teams. Coach is next. Stay with us. The Buckle Up for Life postgame show will continue. Head coach Brad Schmidt joining us at the booth when we come back from this timeout.
College is hard enough without trying to figure out how to get there. WRTA Bus Lines has partnered with CWC to get you to and from class on time and for free. Simply show your CWC ID and get on or off the bus at the college. And now they have arranged for pickup from the CWC Lander Center at 6:50 or 9:50 a.m. Monday through Friday. They'll also drop off at the Lander Center in the afternoon and evening from Riverton. Check out the bus schedule at WRTABuslines.com.
Wake up and text. Text and eat. Text and meet up with a friend you haven't seen in forever.
Hi.
Oh, hey. Text and complain that they're on their phone the whole time. Text and listen to them complain that you're on your phone the whole time. Text and whatever. But when you get behind the wheel, give your phone to a passenger. Put it in the glove box. Just don't text and drive. Visit StopTextsStopWrecks.org.
Keep up with the Rustlers at RustlerAthletics.com.
Inbound wide open, Darius Quinn for 3, and he knocks it down. Kyle finds Jacob Smith for a high arcing 3. That's good.
RustlerAthletics.com.
Brady steps into a 3. Fullerton good. Executed Simmental. Order 3 good.
Your home of the Rustlers. RustlerAthletics.com.
If you're out on the road and the weather is getting bad, do you wonder what the road ahead holds for you? Download WYDOT's 511 app for Android and iOS to get the best real-time updates when traveling. Winter can bring unpredictable and potentially hazardous weather conditions, so be prepared with WYDOT's 511 app. Download it today at wildroad.info.
We are back on the postgame show on 88.1, and we have a change in things, and I guess I should have probably picked that up myself. Central will not play Wednesday. They will play Thursday at the Golden Dome, and they will not play Western Nebraska, and they will not play at 3 o'clock. They will play at 5 o'clock, most likely against McCook.
No, North Platte, John.
No, what, I'm wrong all over the place, but I'm glad I have you to help me out with that.
Oh, I'm on it, man.
First of all, Coach, defying pretty much all the odds in this one tonight, except for the belief and confidence from you and this basketball team to come out and boat race this team tonight. Congratulations.
Oh, it was a surreal moment to just see the effort from the jump. You know, we came out, we got a stop. Tidzump hits a 3. We talked about it in the second half. Same thing. We come out, we got a bucket and got a stop, and it was an onslaught. I mean, Connor Nelson just locked Tyrese Potema up.
Yes.
He was outstanding defensively.
5 points, I guess, through the meat of the game before the doubt was removed, and he hits 2 threes late, but Connor locked him down.
And that was the game plan. We were going to face guard him and take him out, and then we were going to go at him offensively, and we did. You know, we put the ball into Connor and DG, and then, I can't say enough about Marko. I mean, Marko is just a beast defensively.
You predicted that today, if nothing else.
Ironically, I did. I don't know if I should be playing Briscoe anymore, considering we're 4-0 with him out of the game. So Marko just brings some stuff defensively, and he was awesome.
And it was they were 5 of 8 at one point from three-point land, and I had made mention of that. Of like, you couldn't think they could come in and shoot that well again back-to-back, as we talked about the regression of the averages. But they were 5 of 8 at one point, but then missed their next 11. Partially, I think, to the defense that your team played here tonight.
Well, defensively, and it's, I tell the guys all the time, it's easy to shoot the ball when you're up 15 or 20 points. It just is. There's no sense of a loss if you miss it. So it's a lot harder when you're down and trying to come back, and it's a lot harder when it's a tight ball game and you're getting guarded hard. And that's basically what we did. And those same shots they had last week, they made them because they were comfortable. I mean, look at us. I mean, Kyle hits a 3 late, and our guys were hitting crazy shots too because we didn't have to fear if we miss. We needed points, and that was the difference.
Didn't ratchet up everybody's nerves at that point. And I thought the prediction that I made in the pregame show about the physicality came true, because this one was a physical basketball game with not a lot of whistles on it.
No, it was awesome. I thought the refs were great. I wish they would ref more games like that through the course of the year over this tic-tac, touchy stuff that goes on, which frustrates me as a coach and frustrates the fans. I mean, fans aren't coming to see the kids sit on the free throw line and shoot free throws. They want to see them play, and if that involves a little physical play and you're getting bumped going to the basket, then so be it. And I thought that was one of the better ref games we've had all season.
Moving forward now, you're going to play Thursday. You're going to play at 5. Who are we playing, did you mention?
North Platte if they beat McCook.
North Platte. I'll get it right one of these times. How does this go forward now? You hope to get David Simenthal back from the injury, although I guess Thursday's better than Wednesday. Give him another day to heal. What about our 2 players on disciplinary action?
They'll both be out again.
Okay.
They're serving a 2-game suspension, so they won't play Thursday no matter what. They'll travel with the team and they'll be with us. But yeah, we're hoping to have Simenthal back. He just gives us some more firepower, though. I mean, I'm probably going to start the same lineup that we started tonight, even if David is back. We're just a little bigger, and we're doing some good things, and it was awesome.
What do you know about the first round opponents, either or?
Well, we played McCook early in the season at a jamboree down in Salt Lake, and played them well. Kind of hammered them by 15 or 20, but that was jamboree season, so that's a lot different. And then I watched the Western Nebraska North Platte game the other night. North Platte is really good. Their big man is highly skilled. He's a great screener. I don't know their personnel inside and out, but I mean, we'll start digging into film probably tomorrow, if not first thing Monday morning.
Well, I don't want to say breathe a sigh of relief, but not having to play Western Nebraska first round you're going to have to play them sooner or later, I guess, to get where you want to go in that whole mix. But to not have to play them first round, maybe a little brighter glimmer in your eyes, I suppose.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I watched the whole, like we talked about earlier, I watched the whole Western Wyoming game, and I knew once Eastern won that if we could win, we would not get reseeded as the highest seed in the North, and that would eliminate us playing Western Nebraska, which that's what I was hoping, because, I mean, that Western Nebraska team is really, really good. We've seen them twice. They're on the same level as a Casper or a Sheridan, and, I think we can make some magic happen. We got enough firepower offensively, and if we can guard, I think we'll be in games.
You just made some magic happen here in this ball game. Sheridan came back to defeat Northwest 89-83. Casper beat Gillette 105-70, and as you pointed out, Eastern beating Western 63-49, and your team victorious here tonight by a final count of 77-56, and even that score lower than both averages tonight, I think indicative of the physical play. Any final thoughts on this basketball game here tonight?
I couldn't be more proud of these guys. The adversity that we fought all year, the fact that we've been in so many games, and our record, as I've been saying, is not indicative of the team we have. We got great kids. We play hard. We share the basketball, and it's just it's cool, really cool moment for me being a first-year head coach and accomplishing both the goals. I talked to Mr. Barlow about to start the season. I said I wanted to host a playing game, and if we could win the playing game, make the conference tournament. But every coach now, want to get greedy, and I don't know the last time CWC's won the actual game when they've gotten to the tournament. So
it's been a while.
If we could do that, You know, it'd be a monster kind of tone to get this program going under my leadership.
I don't know that since Central has brought basketball back that they have advanced past the play-in game. They've advanced past the play-in game, but not the next round.
Coach Stevens' first year when they went to Northeast in Nebraska.
Oh, that's right.
They upset Northeast on their home court. I was actually there, ironically.
That was actually still technically like the first round like this because all 16 teams were at one venue at that point.
Oh, it was?
And the play-in games have just started within the last 4 years, I think. So while it was a first-round victory at the tournament site, it was still a first-round win for Coach Stevens. Not to take anything away from Jamie, but I guess
no, let's take it away from him.
Be technical to the former head coach for CWC and your former boss up in Billings as well. Brad, congratulations. Heck of a game tonight. It was fun to see, and another good crowd here tonight. Got to see it happen, and best of luck on Thursday when we go to Sheridan, and we'll be right there alongside with you.
Appreciate the support, John, and the community's shown out all year, and hopefully some fans that left early last Saturday were in attendance tonight because, wow, what a different game.
Well, how about all three games? You win by 18 there, lose by 37 at home, and then have a 30-point lead late in the game and win by 21. That is as big of a array in 3 games as I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, no, it's wild, man, and I just it was awesome. It was cool stuff, man.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Brad Schmidt, head coach, CWC, victorious tonight, 77-56. They will move on, and they will play on Thursday night at 5 o'clock as they will take on most likely North Platte, Nebraska, who is playing McCook in their game, and they have that slated for 7 o'clock Central Time, so that would be 6 o'clock, so maybe they're playing that right now. We'll know more. You can listen to the Rustler Minute on Monday, and we'll have more for you. With that, though, we are going to say goodbye here. We do want to thank Amanda Nikoloff and the new media class as they have been through every home game with us here at Central Wyoming College when school has been in session, and tonight, no exception here on a Saturday afternoon as they come out and they do very good things for us. Kendra Leesburg, our director, Rachel Stubbs and Nate Himes on camera, and Amanda Nikoloff, the professor, working on the graphics here tonight as well. The women's season came to an end yesterday, losing by 7 at LCCC. The men's team, they'll play on. They win it 77-56. For CWC Basketball, I'm John Gabrielson. Back to Rustler Radio.
This has been the Buckle Up for Life Wyoming post-game show. A special thanks to our Rustler Sports sponsors. Edward Jones and financial advisor Mick Pryor. The Golden Buffalo Fine Jewelry. Denver Air Connection. Wind River Community Healthcare. The Wyoming Department of Transportation. Wind River Casino. Teton Therapy. And the Governor's Council on Impaired Driving. A special thanks to Amanda Nikoloff and the new media degree program at CWC for the crew on the video broadcast. Also, thanks to Wyoming PBS for the web stream and Rustler Radio 88.1. See opportunities in the new media degree online at cwc.edu. Check out more on the Rustler Radio Facebook page for future games and events. Thanks for tuning in to this presentation of Rustler Sports on 88.1 FM, the voice of Central Wyoming College.
When I was 6 years old, I broke my leg. I was running from my brother and his friends, and tasted the sweet perfume of the mountain grass I rolled down. I was younger then. Take me back to when I found my heart, broke it here, made friends and lost them through the years. And I've not seen the boring fields in so long. I know I've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real, we watch the sunset over the castle lonely. 15 years old and smoking and rolled cigarettes. Running from the law through the backfields and getting drunk with my friends. Had my first kiss on a Friday night. I don't reckon that I did it right, but I was younger then. Take me back to when we found weekend jobs, and when we got paid, we'd buy cheap spirits and drink them straight. Me and my friends have not thrown up in so long. Oh, how we've grown, but I can't wait to go home. I'm on my way, driving at 90 down those country lanes, singing to Tiny Dancer, and I miss the way you make me feel. It's real. We watch the sunset over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. Over the castle on the hill. One friend left to sell clothes, and one works down by the coast. One had 2 kids but lives alone. One's brother overdosed. One's already on his second wife. One's just barely getting by, but these people raised me, and I can't wait to go home. And I'm on my way. I still remember these old country lanes when we did not know the answer.